We are talking of creating the unique buying motivation in the mind of your customer to buy your brand. The paradigm is a huge shift. When you are saying USP, you are saying I have this, I can do this, I can do this. Whereas a unique buying motivation is you are looking at it from the customer's viewpoint and helping him identify those 15 things that you have, which is helping him to meet a need or desire or a requirement. Do you agree? I'll take an example from the auto industry. When a customer actually goes to a showroom to check out a model of any car, I believe 80% of the sales depends on how well the person who is attending to the customer understands his buying motivation. He should ask certain pertinent questions. For example, first question is, sir, would you be driving the car yourself or would you be driven around by a chauffeur? If the answer is first, that you will drive, he should be made to sit in the driver's seat and then explained everything that a driver can have access to. Even before doing that step, one question should come, sir, would you be driving to work or would you be driving in the evening or for local this thing? If he says work, how far is the place of work from where you stay? Where do you stay and where do you go to work? Which route do you normally take? Because if the salesman is aware of the topography of the entire location, he can highlight those benefits which this model has to meet those needs that he will create his buying motivation. So, unique buying motivation is essentially understanding what the customer needs, both in terms of his emotional and rational need, and fitting in all those virtues of my brand which satisfy those needs. And in marketing, the entire effort should be, what do I communicate, how do I communicate, so that this unique buying motivation is triggered. And it gets completed when the person, based on the marketing inputs, interacts with the brand person of the brand at the sales touch point or service touch point. I will discuss one more example from my ABP days, and this is demonstrating the method of conceptualizing an event for a brand. Okay? Have you heard about this brand, Shalimar's coconut oil? It's one of the oldest brands from Bengal. They came to us and they had a peculiar challenge. They said that their competitor in a way was KO Carpin. Okay. So they came and they said, boss, my customer is not engaging with my brand as much as I want them to. I said, who's your customer? He said, the primary target customer is typically a married lady who's maybe 3 to 10 years into her marriage. I said, why is their primary customer? They had a very interesting logic. They said that if she starts using Shalimar coconut oil on her hair, her children will be automatically using the same brand. So, if I can convince the mother, the children will also be consuming my product. So, my per family consumption goes up. Okay? So, I asked them, what all have you done? So, they showed a lot of films, this, that, etc., a lot of things. So, and they said, I said, what do you mean by engagement? He said that I want them to come and participate in something which I want to do under the Shalimar banner. Then came the idea. What is the idea? In Bengali, there is a word called kintu. You know what is the word of the man kintu? Kintu is also a Hindu word. Kintu means but. Okay? Look at it how. One of the social phenomenon in Bengal is that every parent wants his or her girl child to be either learning music or dance or painting, but something which is the, what is it, the finer arts? Fine arts. Am I right or wrong? Whether the person can sing or not, whether the person's 2 feet move in the same direction, but there will be certain amount of coaching which is imparted, and tutors are there who train these children into this art, right? Some of them are swimming. Some of them are good. Okay. So then when they discover that they have the talent, they want to nurture that talent within them. Suddenly they get married. Bas, husband doesn't want his wife to sing too much, dance too much, or pursue all those things. That's close, chapter close. So somewhere they reflect upon and say, I used to sing very well, but, right? And that but became the central thought of this entire campaign. It was the Shalimar Advitya. So we went to 19 districts of Bengal and we told these women that somewhere your aspirations one day got stifled. This is the platform for you to rejuvenate your entire aspiration. 19 districts, winners from every district, finals was in Science City. And I still remember vividly that the instrumental, there were different sections so that more people participate. The instrumental was won by a lady who guess played what? Tabla. Tabla. Because a woman is rarely seen playing a tabla. And this lady actually is the wife of a bus conductor in Midnapur. And she came with a child in her lap, and in the backstage of Science City, her husband is keeping the bacha and she's going and playing, came back, and then she mixed the milk and started feeding the child. See, we earned a lot of money out of this event. Shalimar got great connect. But I tell you, as a marketing professional, the satisfaction that we got when we created this program cannot be matched by money. So the point that I'm trying to make is, when you are conceptualizing event, it has to come around a central idea. And majority of the events are successful when it appeals to a certain emotion. For achieving sales, the percentage growth that you can earn in a season is much limited versus when it is an off-season deal. We don't concentrate on marketing activities during off-season because it is possible to double my sales in off-season because the base is lower as compared to what I can do in seasons. So that's a part of the marketing planning. And we are going to begin this year immediately so that in June 21st, we have this event for ICA. Maybe first year we begin Kolkata because that's where the headquarter is. But within 3 years, we'll make it an all India this thing out. This is also very important. Don't bite more than you can chew. Do a proof of concept in a smaller geography. Once you have learned what are the pitfalls, what are the things that one can do, then expand. Very, very important in event planning. In a crowded marketplace, fitting in is a failure. I am reading it again. In a crowded marketplace, fitting in is a failure. In a busy marketplace, not standing out is the same as being invisible. What is the difference between crowded and busy? Crowded means where there is a lot of players, and busy means where there are a lot of players and majority of them are active. Healthcare, hospitals is a busy marketplace. And here if you do not stand out with what you are doing in marketing, it is as good as being. If you look at bypass on Calcutta, every sixth hoarding is a healthcare hoarding. With so much, or real estate for that matter, again is a very busy marketplace. Every real estate looks to be right out of the best Los Angeles best places, and I have been telling Srijan that we are focusing too much on elevation rather than emotion. All elevation look the same, you change the number, everything is fine. So you need to do what you are doing on standing out. Second is, being aware of your fear is smart. Overcoming it is the mark of a successful person. Ask yourself, as a marketing person, how often are you taking decisions which have a certain element of risk involved in it? Very, very important. And last but not the least is, the problem with competition is that it takes away the requirement to set your own path, to invent your own method, to find a new way. The more competitive your marketplace is, unless you chart new methods and ways, you will not be able to. What is this Flipkarts of the world have done? It's all about a new way of buying and selling. Am I right or wrong? Are they selling anything different than what we were buying earlier? No. But it's a new way. So the question is, and that's the last slide from my side, how do you define marketing? And to me, this answer is very critical before we start thinking about marketing. All right, marketing has several definitions, you can get it all over the place. I follow a definition which I have learned from a legend in marketing in India, a gentleman called Mr. Shunu Sen. He is no more, he used to be at one point he was the first Indian marketing director for Unilever in India. I had attended one of his workshops, and this is what I had taken out from him. Marketing is adding one more customer profitably. Very basic, but extremely functional and powerful definition. Anything that we are doing, advertising, promotion, digital, non-digital, etc., is all about adding more customers and, more important, so these discount strategies, if they are used too often, actually you have reduced your MRP. That's not the most profitable way of doing a marketing. Are we clear?